this is Paul. Welcome back to my channel, Cavalier. Today we are going to be talking about Nintendo Switch. Now, the Switch has been sold in terms of like the value, which skyrocketed to an extreme level at the Christmas period and over the Christmas period as well. Because when they release the console, whenever someone releases a console, it is always aimed to be released at the October month, where there's most of the games that comes out, and people, if they don't have any of the games on PC, they will always try the consoles, or sometimes games like Destiny 2 comes before in consoles than PC, so for them to try out that. And there's always plenty of console only games that you really are interested in terms of going to the consoles. And obviously there are sales, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, those sort of sales comes up at the end of the year, winter sale. And pretty much when you think about any consoles, you're going to think, okay, launching it in the period of October will make more sense rather than March or April, because that's kind of like a slow start to the year, it doesn't ramp up the pace. But Nintendo took a gamble at things, but I won't really call it a gamble because it's a calculated risk. They thought they can release a game that's one of their best games ever. I really thought they would release Super Mario Odyssey at first instead of Legend of Zelda, because if you think about their track records and if you think about their sales numbers, Super Mario is #1 all the time. Mario, as a product, they have sold more copies and they have earn more money, and the #2 position is Pokemon, and #3 is Legend of Zelda. So going with the #3 game on the sales chart and releasing a new console with it is obviously a risky proposition, but they sold it really well. When they released the Switch console, it didn't have any sort of like glaring issues. It didn't have any kind of like controversy surrounding it. It didn't get negative press. Any press is even a bad press is a press, some people might say, but I don't think sometimes with the new launch of a product, bad controversies really makes more sense. So they didn't have any of that. They only had positive news. Obviously they had some hardware issues when it comes to like the hatches, the openings and closings. It was not as sturdy as you might think, but those are all things that can be said with an Apple phone, which is more cheap, sometimes more costlier at some places. So you can say about that most of the products. So you be like, okay, then what is the problem? Now Nintendo is priding itself on not having a hack, not having any pirated versions of their game in that console version, because they are future proof. They are having that kind of section tied down. You can't just go in there and pirate their games. You can't just go in there and do some things, because they are good at what they do. So, and they didn't sell that much at the start of the last year. So they didn't, when they launched the console, it was not like selling like batshit crazy. It was slowly going towards the end of the year, and then came Super Mario Odyssey, and they also announced that 3DS games are over. That's it for Pokemon. There's no more 3DS games, and the new console games, the new version, new generations are going to be on Switch. So everyone knew that it was going to be the end of an era for the 3DS, so they are going to buy the Switch. So they went on to buy the Switch. So the end of the year, now not considering these 7 days, the last year's end, it was a huge sales. I think it overtook Microsoft on Xbox One X and also PS4 Pro. So it sold like crazy. Now the problem comes in with more kind of like people buying into these things. There's always going to be a problem. There's always going to be an issue, and that issue is going to be the new software patch that came out, 3.0. Now they are saying with this 3.0 patch, if you want to go in and do some things, if you want to change a few things, hack it, you can really do that pretty easily, and then you can pirate the games. You can easily do anything. Now there are downsides to this, of course. If you do anything to the product without the knowledge of the people that are creating this product, you're not going to have the warranty anymore. At the same time, the quality of the product will be diminishing because you did something that shouldn't be done in the first place. These are the two major things. At the end of the day, the problem is this is a hot product, right? So every YouTuber who is doing something in terms of Nintendo related or Pokemon related is going to give away a Switch console. And if you enter into like 10, 20, 30 different giveaways at the end of the year, you're going to get at least one. And if you have 2 or 3 Switch consoles, someone is going to do this. And for someone who just likes hacking rather than buying anything, They are going to do this even if they have only one Switch or if they have a friend's Switch console. So this is a problem, and they have to address this soon. What they can do is they can easily, just remove the patch notes and change some things. They can add some future proofing in terms of like softwares. Even though if it's not an upgrade, you can easily say, you know what, we can just reverse the update, right? If you have a 3.0 and they release a 3.1 patch, it will change everything. But if they reverse it to 3.0, they can do the same thing again. But I think they can actually do kind of like bugs and bug fixes, where if you try to do something that you're not supposed to do, that's it, your software, your console is going to bug out, glitch out, and then just die. They can do that, and you gotta go to the store and change it. And when they change it, they can install a patch where you can't just reverse the new application, that 3.1 is going to be the base of every new console. They can do something like that. But right now there is a vulnerability, and you all know that hackers are going to be at it like a bee for honey. So maybe it can be changed, maybe it can be rectified. I don't know, but I gotta be looking forward to these kind of things, because this is a bad thing, because the Switch console is a hot product, as I said, and if there's something bad attached to it, it's not going to sell well, or it can easily sell well just because it has a pirated shit ton of games. I don't know. Anyways, I'll be keeping a tab on this story. If there's anything that comes up later, I'll let you know in the Friday show of Weekly Overview, or I'm going to talk about in the next month news information or next week's news information, because this is a hot story which I want to cover. So hit that like button if you like this video, share the video with friends and family, stop posting around that subscribe button, also the notification icon on the sidebar. I'll see you guys on the next one. Till next time, be peculiar, stay peculiar, join the Cavalier Collective. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.